I recently went to Georgia for a week. It was the kind of trip that often is called a vacation, but when you have young children, nothing feels like a vacation. I took my kids to see my parents and extended family, and before the trip, the children were stoked. I was already medicated. In fact, on the morning that we ended up leaving, I couldn't sleep and I got up at 4 a.m. and cleaned my kitchen. In total, we took two flights to Georgia and three flights back to Spokane a week later. I used all of my airline miles and was willing to change planes multiple times to lessen the cost of the trip due to the increased airline prices at the time. And while I tried to spend a lot of time not hovering over my kids and then wanting to check in with work every day, I had a few profound realizations about the South while I was there. Now, to start with, I left my hometown in 2006 and I left Georgia in 2012. I moved out of state for my first PhD program and ultimately ended up in Seattle in 2015. For the majority of my adult life, I have not lived in the South. I know I'm a Southerner by my roots and my raising, but when I go back now, I feel the weight of the South differently. It rests on my body like weights pushing me down. My children experience the South differently. They don't feel the heaviness of growing up in a place that hates you, around people to expect you to conform and want the life they have. I feel like I escaped the South. And while there are cool people still there and plenty of family that I love and will love forever, going back feels like a particular type of hell. The profound realizations I had include the fact that I am merely visiting the real lives of other people because my family is no longer active in my real life. And the flip side of that is also true. They are bystanders of participants in my life because my life in Washington is my real life. When we visit and we prioritize my kids having these really unique experiences, like visiting places that don't exist in other parts of the country or the world, like rock gardens and see Rock City, this fairy garden that we went to in Calhoun, we let them have their first concert at the beaches. Those were all deliberate decisions to expose my kids to the best of the best in these spaces because we aren't trying to create dissent with the children. We want our children to have good memories of Georgia. I want them to have better memories than I have. And if I can do that, if I can expose them to new types of people and different ways of living and different perspectives of the world, then maybe my job will be done when they turn out to be good people. I think I have good kids, but I realized this week that I am raising children very differently. My daughter does not have to make herself smaller to build up her brother. My daughter is not a punching bag and someone who should be taking things on the chin to make men feel better. I have seen these behaviors manifesting in how children are treated in the South, and it infuriates me. So when I say that I am glad my kids got to visit, I'm glad. I'm glad they have those memories. But don't be fooled. It felt so dang good to get home.